Come warm yourself round the fire that is Baseball Scotland, and welcome to the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field here at Warriston Park in Edinburgh as the Edinburgh Knights welcome the Glasgow Galaxy for the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final. The regular season is over. Knights finishing with an 11-3 record, giving themselves second seed in the Caledonia Classic. The Glasgow Galaxy 8-6 record, number 3 seed, and of course it is a win or go home game here, single game for the series, and there's a bit of a grud match going on head to head wise. Well, Galaxy 14, Knights 15 on the 11th of May. Knights 5, Galaxy 3 on 15th of June, and 10th of August was Galaxy 7, Knights 11. So it's a 3-0 record to the Knights, but they've been closely fought games all the way through the season. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Winner, of course, will go through to face the winners of the other semi-final that's happening just now. That's the Edinburgh Angels, and they're through at Glasgow just now, taking on the number 1 seed, the Glasgow Comets. Right, a little look through the lineups now. We'll start with the Glasgow Galaxy. Leading off, coming out of centre field will be Andy Dempsey. Dempsey, centre field. Second in the batting order, shortstop Andrew Roswell. It's Roswell, shortstop. Closing out the top 3, catcher Kieran Casey. That's Casey, catcher. Into the middle of the order, first baseman Michael Shenzu is slot number 4. Shenzu, first base. Roy McPherson on third base, and in the heart of the order at spot number 5. McPherson, third base. And rounding out the middle triplet from left field, it's Simon Maxwell. Maxwell, left field. Closing out from second base, number 7 in the lineup, Ashley Fields. Fields, second base. Designated hitter Andrew Knox Watson is going to be number 8 on your card. Knox Watson, DH. And Billy Henriquez from right field closes out the 9 who will be batting. Henriquez, right field. Not listed there, Kai Martin is going to be pitching for the Glasgow Galaxy, but the Galaxy are going to be batting with 9. You have the option to bat with 10 here as well as 9. And just to those of you keeping track, later on the Edinburgh Knights will be batting with all 10. Galaxy going with 9. Chance to look at the Edinburgh Knights defence as well. Across the top, you have Bernie Fraser, Gilberto Martinez, and Sam Matthews is your left, centre, right. Fraser left, Martinez centre, Matthews right. Shortstop, that's going to be Ryan McFarlane. You Ted Rogers 3-2-1 across the middle. Jack Vickerman, Philip Makarowski, and Rafael Villaroyal. That's Vickerman at third, Makarowski at second, and Villaroyal at first. Catching for the Edinburgh Knights will be James Horn, and opening up the pitching from the centre mound will be Caitlin McCaffrey. Your umpires for the game out in the field, we're going to have a Jorge Crespo, and at home plate and head umpire will be Rebecca Robb. And with that, lineup cards exchanged, hands shaken, we are all set to get underway here. Your 1, 2, 3 is going to be Andy Dempsey, Andrew Roswell, and Kieran Casey. And opening up for the Glasgow Galaxy will be Andy Dempsey facing Caitlin McCaffrey on the mound. And for those of you keeping a track at home, there's the signal to play ball. And first pitch comes down, and it's going to be a strike looking. Andy Dempsey lets that one go straight past and into the catcher's glove of James Horn. I was just seeking to calm themselves down here as we go through. Second one comes down there, and that is going to go to the inside for a ball. Count goes 1-1. And that goes inside, a little bit low coming through there as well for ball 2. 2-1, advantage goes towards the Galaxy. Dempsey waiting for the next one to come down from McCaffrey's. Coming down now, swings on that one, and that goes down the third base line. Gets picked up there. Jack Rickerman dives a long throw over to Rafael Villarreal in first base, but it's not going to be in time. So Dempsey leads off and takes a single there. And the bats are just collected there, and with the ball being thrown out of play there, signal is being given by our outfield umpire Jorge Crespo. He can take second base as well. And with that, runner into scoring position for the Glasgow Galaxy. Andrew Roswell steps in now, batting right-handed, facing McCaffrey. Pitch comes down, and there's a steal attempt, goes from second over to third, and that is going to be a successful steal from Dempsey, taking the opportunity to do aggressive base running. The Galaxy have shown a lot of speed on the base paths this year, so that is going to be one that the Knights defense are just going to have to keep an eye out on that one. Once the Galaxy get those runners on base, they have a tendency to just leverage the speed and try and get round and steal as much as possible. Anyway, Andrew Roswell now. McCaffrey pitching down. It's a long, slow loop that's going outside of the box. It just drops in from the top and go through there. So it is going to be ball one, though, on there. Dempsey just 90 feet away from the first run there up at third base. Pitch comes down. And that's coming in high, so that's going to be another ball. Wind is going to be up and down a little bit for all our players today. 2-0 pitch. Let's see what comes down. It's going to be another slow curve. And in fact, that's actually ball 4. Let's play the whole word and I miss one. Situationally, though, runners at the corners. No outs as yet. Top of the first here as we get underway with the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final. Catcher Kieran Casey for the Glasgow Galaxy now stepping in. Steps in from the left-hand side, batting right-handed. Runners are at first and third. Runner goes from first up to second. Steal is on from Roswell. Long throw comes up. James Horn fakes that. Try and bring Angie Dempsey down from third base and lure into that, but that is a no. Everybody's wise to that one there. So Andrew Roswell, successful steal up to second. Teammate Andy Dempsey at third. And there's a wide pitch going to the outside there. Kieran Casey just bouncing the bat, waiting to see what comes down. Is he going to let this one go? It's going to go inside and behind the shoulders on that one, just nudging out of the way there. So one more ball onto the count. Runners at second and third. No outs as yet. First base is open. And strong hit there from Casey as that goes down third baseline foul. Takes the count to 3-1. Just rolls in there, not quite reaching our old friend the foul tree. Just a chance for everybody to get their breath. 2 in scoring position for the Glasgow Galaxy. No outs as yet, so there's some wiggle room to play with as that pitch goes down to the outside. It's just swung on and miss. And with that, we are going for full count. Foul out or action, take your pick. Knights will be looking for the out. Well, we'll keep everybody happy. Galaxy looking for some action. They're going to get the action, and it is a fourth ball. So with that, Knights pitcher McCaffrey loads up the bases. And we welcome in Michael Shenzhou at first base. No outs as yet here in the top of the first. No score either. McCaffrey with bases loaded. That's another slow curve coming in, but finding the zone this time. Strike one. Shenzhou just lets that one go past. Off-speed pitches and just playing around with positioning, one of McCaffrey's strengths. We're taking a little bit of the lead. That one comes in, and that's going to go inside for a ball. Count goes equal low, 1-1. Sun just starts drifting behind some clouds now. Variable weather conditions are only going to be for the next few hours. So just a step back and a check. See if it's worth trying to pick off attempt up at second base. Of course, that goes up the ball. It's further away from home, and you'd expect Andy Dempsey to consider making a sneaky nip down from third to home. But as it is, no outs, runners on all the bases, and there's a swing and a miss. Strike two. Michael Shenzhou. In a bit of a moment, pitch comes down. That's going inside, but it's going to be fouled off. Bit of height there as it goes down the first base line. Count is 1-2. Base is still loaded. McCaffrey, no outs on the board as yet. And that's going to go for a ball. We're going to go equal high, 2-2. No outs as yet, but chance here for McCaffrey to strike out and prevent the Galaxy from getting a stronger lead. Comes down, that's hit high, it's popped up, it's going down left field. Tucking just underneath that, picked up Ryan McFarlane. Gates that as the shortstop, throws that in home. James Hearn picks that up, applies the tag as Andy Dempsey attempts to get home from third on a high pop out from Michael Shenzhou. It's not successful though. Pop it up into the outfield. Shortstop Ryan McFarlane heading back one there, and the relay throw into catcher James Hearn at home, and getting the tag smartly applied there. So that's one away. Tag at 6-2. Runners go from first and second, so that's a advance up to second and third. Andrew Roswell now in third base, taking the place of Andy Dempsey there, who was there just a few moments ago. Kieran Casey up to second as well. Roy McPherson looking for the next one. It's 1-0 in his favour so far. Pitch comes down. Finds the inside of the zone, grazes that nicely. Count goes equal low, 1-1. First base is open, one out, no run scored on the board as yet for the Glasgow Galaxy here in the top of the first. Pitch comes down, and that's going to go well inside and behind McPherson there. So head in the count, 2-1. McCaffrey collects the ball, heads back up to the mound. Defense has already negated the bases loaded situation and one away. Two away actually, with Dempsey not making it home, so one more out to find on a 2-1 count. that goes to the outside and low. Three and one on the board. Decision made. Here it comes, and that's going to be fouled off. Pitch coming onto the inside, and then pushed down into the Galaxy dugout here, down the third base line. So with that, not only is it a full count, but all the lights are on. 2 away, 2 strikes, 3 balls. Action here could well be scoring for the Galaxy, or it could be side retired for the top of the first inning, depending what McCaffrey throws down here. And it is a strike that grazes the outside of the zone, and that's strike 3 and out number 3 there. Roy McPherson caught looking on that one there, and at the end of the top of the first, no runs for the Galaxy, just coming off that one hit at the top from Andy Dempsey, and they've got 2 left on base. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the United States. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Heading into the bottom of the first, it'll be the first chance for the Knights to get on the board. Now 1-2-3 is going to be Philip Makarowski, Gilberto Martinez, and pitcher Caitlin McCaffrey. I'm Ewan Spence, back with you shortly. Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the first inning here, as the Edinburgh Knights welcome the Glasgow Galaxy to the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final. Makarowski, Martinez, and McCaffrey are going to be your 1-2-3 for the Edinburgh Knights, and they are going to be facing Kai Martin, who's going to be pitching towards Kieran Casey for the Glasgow Galaxy. One of the keys to the Knights in this game is to take any advantage they can against the Galaxy's pitching. It has not been their strong point throughout the year, and they have sometimes left pitchers in just a little bit too long. So it's going to be keeping an eye as Kai Martin brings down the first pitch there, and it's going to be a swing and a miss on there from Makarowski. So it's going to be important here to see if Martin's arm just starts to give out a little bit and do that substitution at the right time. And the second one comes down there, and it is one more on the other side of the count. 1 foul, 1 strikeout. Strike looking so far. Of course, we're looking for the strikeout here. So Martin, strong numbers, but again, the Knights are going to be looking to capitalize as much as possible on a variable bullpen if it gets to there, as that pitch goes heftily inside there. And that takes us to 1 and 2. Nice, we'll be hoping to get Makarowski on base. Strong base stealing from the lead off batter, as that comes in and the count goes equal high, 2 and 2. So a little bit of margin of error here, but not much. Pitch comes in, and that's going to be swung on. It's going to be strike 3, but it's dropped by Casey, so he's going to have to make the long throw. It's looping, and it drops into the glove of Michael Shanzu in time. So dropped, third strike there. First strikeout on the board there for Martin, and first out as well. Makarowski thrown out on a 2-3 at first base. Stepping in now, Gilberto Martinez, centre fielder for the Edinburgh Knights. The sun decides to poke out once more. Pitch comes down, and Martin finds the outside of the zone, so we go 0-1. And encouragement, it has to be said, from the dugouts. Missed whether I missed it. Which dugout was being disparaging there? Anyway, pitch comes down once more. Finds the outside of the zone once more. One more onto the other side of the count. Norton 2. Martinez immediately behind. Makarowski worked back from that one to find another 2 balls. Martinez looking for the same, and that comes in, and that hits the bottom of the zone for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts, 2 strike out. You love the fact that you dropped third strike is still credited towards the pitcher on the scores. Anyway, 2K so far. How about that? That makes it comfortable. And it's our first pitcher v pitcher time as well, as Caitlin McCaffrey steps in to bat for the Edinburgh Knights, still facing Kai Martin. No runs on the board here at the bottom of the first, as that one there is fouled away. No runs on the board as yet. It's feeling a bit more like the game in the 15th of June, where it was a low-scoring 5-3 game to the Knights, as opposed to the 11-7 and 15-14 games that are on their ledger for the other games. Pitch comes in as the wind picks up there and just pushes that one to the outside. I feel wind coming in across third baseline, mostly down home plate up to first base, so it is going to impact that ball a fair amount there. Should go equal 1-1, and there's the check swing, but it's called a strike. So it's 1-2. Kai Martin looking to retire the Knights in order. And all from the pitching mound. Comes in. And yeah, that just hits the outside high on the zone for strike 3. And with that, it's Makarowski with a K, Martinez with a K, and McCaffrey with a K as well. Side has been retired in order, and Martin has come out with an incredibly confident start. And now we'll be looking for the run support to come from the Galaxy as we head to the top of the second. Bottom of the first, no score as yet from either side. Today's game is proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help take off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Coming up at the top of the second, Glasgow Galaxy will be looking to get the first run on the board of either teams as they welcome Simon Maxwell, Ashley Fields and Andrew Knox Watson as your 1, 2, 3. I'm Ewan Spence. Reuben Hustler's in the truck. Catch you in a few minutes. And welcome back to the top of the second. The Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final. No runs to the Galaxy, no runs to the Knights. Galaxy will be, as the visitors, taking the second chance to put some runs on the board. Simon Maxwell is in now, and Caitlin McCaffrey stays on the mound as that one comes in, and it is going to be first nudge towards the Galaxy in the second inning as it starts off with a ball, and we go 1-0. And there's inside again. There's wind swirls around yet again. So that's 2 balls straight away. 2-0 on the count. Galaxy getting bases loaded in the first innings, but not capitalizing on that. And there's the swing and a miss on a ball that was clearly outside high. So the ball gets turned into a strike thanks to the swing of the bat. 2-1 as Maxwell just steps back and just gets the breath. Steps back in again to receive the next, and that's going to come down. It's going to be a swing and a miss on that one again. Count is equal high, 2 and 2. Oh, and taken. Down it comes, and there's another swing, but it's going to go foul. Bounce across the third baseline in front of the Galaxy dugout. So we're going to stay equal high, 2 and 2. Andy Dempsey, leadoff runner in the first inning with a single. And that's a step back again from Maxwell there for the ball. And he'll take that one as the count fills up. 3 and 2. So let's knock on the door. Called FAO. Something's going to happen. Foul, action, or out. It's FOA. I got it the wrong way around. Anyway, pitch comes down and fell down the first baseline. So there's the F. It's not. How can I say it's the wrong way around? Given that's my phrase. Anyway, I always think it's foul out or action. So it's FOA. That's what's on the door. It is still there. First batter for the Galaxy in the second inning. Simon Maxwell still facing Caitlin McCaffrey. McCaffrey, here it comes, and it's going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. And there's a 1 away. And that will be McCaffrey's second strikeout. Welcome in Ashley Fields now. We just have Rebecca Robb and Jose Crespo, our home plate and outfield umpire, just popping in to check some notes. That's a little bit of a question over a ball there, so it's been a passed back out of play, and an alternative. The underarm toss to James Horn catching for the Knights there. So everything's back in place. Ashley Fields. First pitch from McCaffrey. It's that long, slow curveball coming in. And it catches him out there, so we're not one. Are we going to see an off-speed coming in here? There we go. Swing and a miss. Not in 2. No runners on as yet. 1 away. No scores yet for either team here in the top of the second. And that's going for the curve, but the path starts off high, so it's going to go 1 and 2 on the count there. One away. First 3 runners of the first inning did get on. We don't have the first batter here, and neither do we have the second. Is Ashley Fields there. Pops out, strikeout looking. 2 away. No runners for the Galaxy in the top of the second here. McCaffrey in control. Andrew Knox Watson, Galaxy's DH, stepping in now, batting right-handed, and leans back on that one, a little bit exaggerated, finds the inside of the zone for strike 1. Not 1 count. And can't really say that is a hurled given the speed. It's a not 2, drops in nicely. And itself blowing from the side, not vertically, so that dropping ball that McCaffrey has, and that one hits high, and it's going to be caught up in the sun. It goes out into center left field, and that's going to just bounce on the ground next to Gilberto Martinez. So there is a hit for Andrew Knox Watson, and will single himself up to first base. 2 away, but a runner on first now is Billy Henriquez, number 9 in the lineup, steps in just now. Galaxy have the speed on the bases, and we all know the Scottish 2-step. Step 1, get on base. Step 2, steal second, so everybody keep your eyes open for it. Knox Watson on first. Enriquez receiving the pitch from McCaffrey. Knox Watson goes from first. The steal up to second is done. Horn does the long throw. It's off target, but it doesn't go any further than the glove of Philip Makarowski. So it is a successful steal. Galaxy speed in the base pass coming through there. Knox Watson puts himself into scoring position up on second base. 2 away though, so Billy Enriquez needs to work the plane and the ball, and that's the little chopper that bounces out there. It's picked up by shortstop, and it is thrown over from Ryan McFarlane over to first base, and Villarreal has to jump up and get that, but it is caught in time, and the foot comes back down, and contact made with the base there. In fact, we're all staying on, and it... Yeah, thanks Reuben for that one. Got it. It's actually going to be a throwing error. So McFarlane's throw going high on that one. So Enriquez there with a reach on error. And that's also going to see Knox Watson advance down to third there on a throwing error from E6. As we go back to the top of the order, and Andrew Dempsey picks up strike one looking. You know, the confusion, shall we just take what the situational stuff is? It's 2 away, and runners in second and third for the Glasgow Galaxy. No runs on the board for either team here in the top of the second, as that one comes in to the inside. So we're going 1-1. Count is equal low. And the 1-1 comes in, and it's a swung on for strike. Runners up in second and third. 2 away. So Dempsey is going to need to get a hit here, but he's strong hit. Give him some space. We'll bring the first run home. He does that one there, and it's hit and it's lofted. It's going to stay just in the infield. 3 of the Knights go for it. It hits the ground in front of all of them, and there's confusion there as Andrew Knox Watson makes it over the plate for the first run. Andy Dempsey with the RBI there. Single awarded for Dempsey, and the RBI into the mix as well. So Andrew Knox Watson brings home the first run and puts the Galaxy ahead by 1. Billy Enriquez takes the same opportunity and heads down to third base. No further though. That ball popped up into the infield, and then McFarlane, Makarowski, McCaffrey and Villarreal all heading in to try and get underneath it, and none of them quite reaching that. And there's just a pitch down, and then a pick-off attempt there. Andrew Russell steps back out the way as Andrew Dempsey heads up and steals second, but the throw Jason Horn, that's not coming. Enriquez, of course, already danger out there at third. So runners second and third, first base open, 2 outs and 1 run on the board so far for the Glasgow Galaxy. A precious 1-run lead. And I will just take the moment there. Andrew Rowell drew a walk in his first appearance there, hits that one, and it's going down the left field. It's a 1 run is going to be waved in. Second one is going to be okay. Now that's interesting because there was a contact made between third base coach and Andy Dempsey there. So we do have 1 run coming over there. Billy Enriquez coming off Andrew Rowell's double there. So Roswell, apologies, gets the double, gets the RBI and brings Enriquez home. I think we are going to get, I I think we're going to get an interference call on the third out at third base there, as Andy Dempsey came running down from second, waved round third base to make the attempt to go home, but in the process lost his footing and into the third base coach, and you just can't have contact there. So umpires just coming together, expected to decide what's going on there. And with the Knights walking off the field, I think that is going to be out number 3. And that's going to be out on offensive interference. And that will take us to the end of the innings. It's an inning where 2 runs go on the board for the Glasgow Galaxy there. Andrew Knox-Watson and Billy Henriquez making it over, coming off 3 hits there as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 left on base after that interference call. So 2 runs to the good from the Galaxy as they take the lead here in the second inning. Knights, as the home team, will get a chance to strike back in a moment. Strike back, fun choice of words there. Ryan McFarlane, Jack Vickerman, Sam Matthews will be your 1, 2, 3 coming up for the bottom of the second. In the meantime, today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. McFarlane, Vickerman, Matthews as mentioned, coming up. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning here at the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final, which will go to a regulation 5, and that may go further if we need to. Visitors Glasgow Galaxy up 2 runs. They're coming from Knox-Watson and Henriquez, and making it over. RBI is going to Dempsey and Roswell in the process. It's a chance now for the Knights to look to catch those 2 runs in the 2-run game. To welcome Captain Ryan McFarlane, batting right-handed, and that is going to go open up with a strike against him. Kai Martin remaining on the mound for the Glasgow Galaxy. Not 1 pitch comes down. Turns itself into a 0-2. Three up, 3 down. 3 Ks thrown by Kai Martin in the first inning. He'll be looking to carry that on, and that one comes in high inside as McFarlane ducks away. Cuts the count deficit to a 1-2. 1-2 decision made. It comes down. 2-2. McFarlane just doing a little bit of movement to get the elbow in the way, but not needed. Not that far inside. Martin brings down the count equal high, and that is going to be hit high. It's going out into center field. The wind's picking that up as it goes over to the right as well, but that is just going to drop nicely between, well, nicely in need for the Knights, between Henriquez and Dempsey in right and center. Ryan McFarlane singles out to the right field. First base runner in the game for the Edinburgh Knights. Jack Vickerman stepping in now. May or may not see Vickerman later on in the game on the pitcher's mound. He's been used a couple of times as the bullpen, but for now he's facing Kai Martin as the runner goes from first up to second. McFarlane goes in for the steal. It's a comfortable steal with Kieran Casey just throwing a little bit too far to the right there, and it's a stand-up steal into second for McFarlane. So, no runners out as yet. 1 runner up in scoring position at second. And And that comes in and just grazes the inside of the zone. Martin finding that one there for strike one. One count. So Jack Rickman can be pitching. Currently he's out at third base for the Knights. Sun staying out strong. Wind still whipping in across the first base line. Lets that one go as it goes the outside towards first base. That goes equal low 101. There are times you wonder just how much the wind is picking up these pitches, especially some of the slower ones that are coming through. Anyway, it's a 1-1 pitch comes down, and that's hit. It's high. It's going to be popped out, and that's going to be just into shallow center field there. It's tough to make out who's caught that one, but it has been caught, and it's going to be. It looks like actually that was our second base. Ashley Fields coming back to get that one. Anyway, it's one away. Just mark that down as an F4, shall we? Sam Matthews stepping in now. McFarlane taking a little bit of a lead at second base. And he's attempted to steal, but I don't think it's going to be in time as Casey throws that ball up to third base. And it's going to be a caught steal at third for McFarlane there. Attempting to take just a little bit of a lead there on the foul pitch that came down from Sam, but he was already committed, and it was Casey just a controls, but in time throw up to Roy McPherson, third base for the second out of the inning. It's a caught steal 2-5 on Ryan McFarlane, 2 away. Glasgow Galaxy 2. Edinburgh Knights still to get a run on the board here in the bottom of the second. And there's a swing and a miss. Sam Matthews there on Kai Martin's pitch coming down. So that looks to be 101. Count is equal low. Matthews batting left-handed. You have a wind assist hook here. Instead, we're just going to get a chopper on the ground. Kai Martin picks that up and just rolls past him as it goes away from the glove towards second base. Sam Matthews there comfortably getting over to first base, that one on a single. So it's the second hit in the inning so far for the Galaxy, but as yet, I think real threatening. McFarlane getting up to second on a steal, but not being able to make it any further as there's a familiar name there. Into DH for the Edinburgh Knights is a certain Reuben Hustler. Hello, Reuben. Runner goes from first up to second. Steal is on from Sam Matthews, and that is going to be in time. So, it's like his captain at the start of the inning. Single on base. Steal up to second. And you can see the wind heading towards that gusty 25 that we were promised earlier in the day. I think that's going to be a feature both this game and the AAA game coming up after this one. It'll be the Glasgow Cannons. Glasgow Cannons merged the teams there as the strike comes down there on Reuben Hustler. It will be the Glasgow Comets against the Edinburgh Cannons. They'll be looking for their place in the AAA Caledonia Classic Final. Now pitch comes in and that's hit. It's going to be a line drive down past third and short, so that is going to be Hustler up to first, and it's going to be Sam Matthews into third as well, coming off that knock. So it's a single and fills the corners. 2 away, runners in the corners. Edinburgh Knights still to get a run on the board, chasing 2 from the visitors, the Glasgow Galaxy. Bernie Fraser steps in now to face Kai Martin. They if you think everybody's watching first base for the steal attempt. There it is. Runner goes from first up to second. Long throw is bluffed there from Kieran Casey. That's why I'm commentating and not playing. Sam Matthews at third, staying there dangerously. Reuben Hustler now puts two into scoring position. Hustler is the tying and the go-ahead run, and Fraser is here at now. That looks to be 2-0 on the count. Which comes in, and that one goes outside low. Puts us to ball 3. First base is open. There's 2 away, so there's a little bit of margin here for Kai Martin pitching, but not a huge amount. Comes in, and with that, Fraser ducks out of the way of that one to take the walk. 4-pitch walk, and it heads up to first. So that loads up the bases. Fraser's at first, Hustler's at second, Matthews at third. Rafael Villarreal, first base for Edinburgh Knights, steps in here. Chance for the Knights to cut that deficit or tie it. And there's a throwing and a miss strike one there. So your tying run is up at second. Your go ahead is at first. Strawberries and Cream is batting just now. Villarreal faces Martin. Comes down there, and that's hit over the head of third base Roy McPherson. That's going to bring 1 run home. So there we are. The deficit is cut. Sam Matthews making it that final 90 feet. Everybody else moves up to the next base, so they're going to remain loaded. But the 2-0 deficit has now been cut down to a 2-1 deficit. Hustler moves over to third. Fraser up to second. Rafael Villarreal gets the RBI single and occupies first base. Edinburgh Knights are batting with 10 in the order. Hustler with the DH. Pitcher Caitlin McCaffrey at third in the lineup. And James Horn as the catcher is going to be number 10. Bottom of the second here with 2 away. Visitors Glasgow Galaxy on 2. Edinburgh Knights have cut the deficit on that last play with 1. There's another hit that goes through, and it's going to be James Horn. Well, makes it round, but that looks like with the dropped ball there, yeah, force out at home on Reuben Hustler, so that will bring an end to the inning. 3 outs there on the board. Horn is going to be credited with a fielder's choice, and the well, it started off promising. It certainly made it so. Sam Matthews getting the single run there. Bases loaded there with opportunities to cut down more than 1 run out of the lead, but as it is, we go out of the second and into the third with the Glasgow Galaxy on 2 and the Edinburgh Knights coming off that inning. Just the 1 run coming off 4 hits and a 3 left on base. Today's game proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialist. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more at www.homeruntravel.co.uk. We head into the top of the third, and it'll be Kieran Casey, Michael Shanju, and Roy McPherson for the Glasgow Galaxy to take the field. Welcome back to the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field as we head into the third inning of the Caledonia Classic A Semi Final. I'm Ewan Spence behind the microphone. Reuben Hustler is doing the production as best he can while he's out there doing DH for the Edinburgh Knights. Edinburgh Knights got 1 run over in the bottom of the second, but it was 2 posted by the Glasgow Galaxy at the top. So it's Glasgow Galaxy 2, Edinburgh Knights 1 as we go into the third of a regulation 5 here in Edinburgh. Kieran Casey, Michael Shinju and Roy McPherson are going to be the first of the Galaxy to face Ryan McFarlane. As we have a change here, Ryan McFarlane comes in from shortstop and onto the mound to pitch. Kate McCaffrey steps off onto the mound, and it's a straight switcheroo as she heads out to shortstop. Final line from McCaffrey: 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts there. Casey stepping in now. Drew a walk from McCaffrey, first time around. Second time around, though, facing McFarlane for the first time in this game. But as I said, these teams have met 3 times in the regular season. First pitch comes down, contact's made. It's a little grounder that goes foul before going out. Back into play. To be fair, it's a slow roll down first base line, so you foul rather than being an unassisted out at first is probably going to be to Kieran Casey's preferences there. So it's not one in the count. Home plate umpire Rebecca Robb is checking in with outfield umpire Jorge Crespo. So Casey up and faces McFarlane once more. Not one pitch. It's going to be a not 2 after that one, as Casey just watches that one slide past on the outside low. And that one is going to be a ball, but high and inside, with Casey just ducking out the way there. So we'll stay 0-2. Andy Dempsey opening up at the first, got on base for the Galaxy. Simon Maxwell opening up the second. As struck out swinging. So we'll see where Casey ends up in that, as that's another one fouled off there. So we're still 1-2. Farland just checks in with Horn. Catcher pitcher have made the decision. Pitch comes down. It's clipped off the bat. It's going to be called a strike, and the run up to first is not going to be in time there. So it is a 2-3 there on a dropped third strike from Kieran Casey. That's it's one dropped third for each teams there, as Kai Martin opened up in the first inning, throwing it to the Knights. Makarowski for KD there. And McFarlane joins up opening there. So drop third, but thrown out at first for Kieran Casey. We welcome Michael Shenju. 2 to the Galaxy, 1 to the Knights. Zhu looking to extend the lead, but the Knights, Ryan McFarlane getting to go ahead there with a 0-1. Pitch comes down there, and that's going to go well outside. Count goes equal low, 1-1. Everybody gathers again once more. 1-1 comes down. And that's going to go 2-1. Shenzhou gets that count into his favour. No runners on as yet. In case he ran out, so it's 1 away. 2-run lead for the Galaxy over the 1-run. 2-run lead? No, 2 runs to 1. It's a 1-run lead. We'll get there. We'll get there. Pitch comes down. Well outside. Ball 3. Shenzhou got it to an equal high 2-2 previously, then flew out to shortstop. But now though, facing 3-1. And that comes down, and that's hit, and it's going to be picked up by second base. Makarowski throws it down to Villarreal at first, and it's going to be in time for 2 away. Contact made from Shenzhou, and then just pushing that one past the mound. And Makarowski well placed to stop that going any further. And then over to Villarreal at first. 2 away. Galaxy looking to extend the 1-run lead that they have. Roy McPherson now struck out looking after a full count against McCaffrey. First time facing McFarlane as that one goes to the outside on the first base side. So it's 1-0 on the count. Said there, teams have met 3 times, once in May, once in June, and most recently, just 3 weeks ago in August, as the Knights welcomed the Galaxy here. It says 7 to the Galaxy, 11 to the Knights coming out of that game. And pitch comes down, and it's going to be a swing and a miss on that one there. Bring us up equal 1-1. No check in there from Horn and McFarlane with each other. No base runners in the 3rd inning yet for the Galaxy, and they're running out of outs to do that. And the strike is called down there. So we go 1 and 2. Draws in, takes a moment. There's the next one, comes down. That's gonna ball. Yep. Gives us equal high, 2 and 2. First and drew the count all the way out to 3 and 2 previously. Pushing up McFarlane's pitch count and fouls that one off into the netting. Thankfully far enough away from the camera and the netting preventing the commentary table from getting anything in the way. If baseball were to hit the commentary table right now, I would be incredibly surprised. 2-2 pitch coming down. And that's a swung on an inside low, and that's going to be called strike 3. So it is 3 up, 3 down there for the Glasgow Galaxy. Kieran Casey on a dropped but run out at first. Ground out for Shenzhou. And a strikeout there. Number 2 for the Edinburgh Knights. Ryan McFarlane there on Roy McPherson. All of that. No runs on the board from this inning. No extra hits either on that one, and none left on base. There's a 3 up, 3 down from McFarlane as he opens up his pitching line in the game here. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. And coming up next, the 1-2-3 for the Edinburgh Knights. 1 run down, so it's a 2-1 game. They'll be chasing that with the benefit of the top of the lineup. It's 1-2-3 in the inning of Philip Makarowski, Gilberto Martinez, and Caitlin McCaffrey. And that's the 1-2-3 in the lineup card as well. Back with you in a moment. We go into the bottom of the 3rd here as the Glasgow Galaxy with 2 runs are leading the Edinburgh Knights with their solitary run here in the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final. Winner go home. Just the 1 game in the semi final. The winner will face whoever they can actually whoever wins out against the Angels and the Comets as an Edinburgh team taking on a Glasgow team, and that's the 4th seed and the 1st seed there. So 1, 2, 3 Philip Makarowski, Gilberto Martinez, and Caitlin McCaffrey for the Edinburgh Knights here. Makarowski Kai Martin remaining on the mound. And it was a equal high count before drop to third strike and run out at first for Makarowski in the first inning. And that just opens up there. Goes behind in the count, 0-1. That pitch comes down and it goes hefty inside there. So we're going to go equal low, 1-1. Wind staying stiff. Cross really from the third base dugout up to first base line. Those of you with your compasses, it's coming from the south. Here comes the pitch now, coming in from the northwest. And that is going to go behind to the side for a ball. Makarowski, 2-1 against Martin. Steps out briefly, steps back in again. Makarowski has speed around the bases. And Kai Martin keeping himself disciplined there, and it's a high swing and a miss there. So count's going to go equal high. Second time Makarowski's faced the 2-2 count. Comes in there, he's just going to lean back and let that go for a ball and push it up to 3-2. Count is full. Knock, knock, knock. Something's going to happen. Take your bets on a foul and out or an action. Breath taken. Martin makes the decision and hurls down a swing and a miss. Swinging strikeout there. And that will be Martin's fourth K of the game so far, and it's one away for the Knights. We welcome Gilberto Martinez, who struck out in the first inning as well. It's a 3-up, 3-down in the first for the top of the order for the Knights, so they'll be looking to create a little bit more havoc if possible here. Certainly the aggression picked up in the second inning, which brought one of the runs in. One run behind, so everybody at the moment is the tying run here, and that's hit, and it's hard, it's line drive out. Third base going down left, and it's going to be picked up in the outfield by Simon Maxwell, but there's going to be a throw to cut off there with Andrew Roswell at shortstop. So that is going to hold Martinez at first, but nevertheless, it's a base runner for the Knights. Martinez looks at that first pitch in the third inning that he's seen and just says, thank you very much, let's take me up to first base straight away. Previously it would have been pitcher with Caitlin McCaffrey stepping in for the Knights now, but he's up at shortstop position now. Strikeout looking, runner goes from first up to second. Martinez at the steal attempt on long throw comes up from Casey, and it's an overthrow into the outfield. So Martinez is going to see if he can make it down to third base in time, and there's no huge inclination to risk that throw there from the center outfield. So Martinez is going to certainly get the steal from second down to third. The off-distance throw is going to be regarded as the second and third incident, so let's just put down reach on error for third base errors. McCaffrey swings and fouls that one back. That puts us not at 2. A little bit of discussion going through. Right, so we do have a runner up at third, Gilberto Martinez. Ball comes down there. So 2 strikes on the ball there. That one comes down in high for one more. It's just 2-2. Runner still up at third. 2 to the Galaxy, 1 to the Knights. And Caffrey just moves out the way, but it's going to find the inside there for the second out on strike 3. Strikeout looking on that one there, and the 5th K for Martin in the game so far. Captain Ryan McFarlane, now of course in as the pitcher, so here's our pitcher-pitcher matchup. Drew a single off Martin in the second inning for stealing up to second, but then caught stealing on the way down to third on a wicked pop-up fly out, just following him there. So 1 ball there so far. And there's another one on an almost cricket wide there. 2-0. We see from the camera the sun just flitting in and out between the clouds. 2 away, runner on third. Knights down by 1 run. Captain McFarlane could change that here. 1 swing, 1 good contact, and you can see Martinez getting enough distance there to make it down if possible. Breaths taken all around. A little bit of nervousness coming from the Knights bench. And that goes that inside, and it is going to be a walk. And with that, runners on the corners for the Edinburgh Knights. 2 away as they welcome back Jack Vickerman. Vickerman flying out into the centre infield. Previous matchup. Still in, facing Kai Martin, who's just having a little conference with the catcher Kieran Casey. Sometimes you need more than a signal. Sometimes you just need to get up and look your teammate in the eye. You got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. Galaxy infield just sitting right out in the warning track. Runner goes from first up to second. Steelers on from Ryan McFarlane, and yep, that's going to be taken as successful. So we get 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. So we're 2 away, 2 on. First base is open. Not 1 on the count. Reuben lets that one go to the outside. Count goes equal low, 1-1. As the call reminds you there. 2 outs on a 1-1 count. Martin throws down, contact made. Reuben hits that one. It's high and hard. It's going out into the centre left field, but it's a clean catch underneath that as well. So the Knights thinking there that they had a chance to get at least 1 run home and tie up the game. Simon Maxwell plants the feet, puts the glove into the air. I think that was a little bit more towards the centre actually, so it might have been Dempsey picking that one, but nevertheless, the most important thing in the minds of the Galaxy is you didn't get any more runs onto the board. So thank you very much. Just checking over with the scoring, and yeah, that's going to Andy Dempsey out there in centre field. So no runs coming home on that one there. 1 hit is there from Gilberto Martinez, and that leaves 2 on base for the Edinburgh Knights. Score remains 2 to Galaxy, 1 to the Knights, as we get ready to go back to the 4th, back to the top of the Regulation 5. Today's game is proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. Coming up for 1, 2, 3 for the Glasgow Galaxy, Simon Maxwell, Ashley Fields, and Andrew Knox-Watson. I'm Ewan Spence. Got to catch my breath here as well. I'll be with you in a moment. Going into the fourth inning here at the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final, Glasgow Galaxy 2 runs up as the visitors. The Edinburgh Knights 1 run on the board, so they'll be looking to hold the Galaxy as close as possible here during the fourth inning. Ryan McFarlane is going to be staying in as the pitcher for the Edinburgh Knights, and will open up with Simon Maxwell facing him from the pitcher's box. It was a strikeout swinging in Maxwell's previous appearance. That was against Caitlin McCaffrey, who's now up at shortstop. 1 run to the good for the Galaxy, and it is winner takes all here. Just a 1-game series for the semi-final. Winners will go through to face either the Edinburgh Angels or the Glasgow Comets, who are playing through in Glasgow just now. And first pitch comes down outside wide. Maxwell takes himself ahead in the count by 1 ball. 1-0. Wind continues to whip round. Not quite as strong gusts right now as it was earlier, but now that goes heavily inside there for ball 2. It's not as smart with the strength of the wind has come up a little bit, but the gusts aren't as strong, if that makes any sense. So keeps it a little bit more predictable as we go for 2-0 pitch coming down now from Ryan McFarlane. James Horn still catching for him. And that one comes in now, and that's inside high, ball 3. Outfield playing especially deep here against Maxwell. And we'll see if that's to their benefit. Well, we won't know this time because that goes outside wide, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. That's Simon Maxwell on base. Ashley Field steps in now. Strikeout looking previously. It will be the first time seeing Ryan McFarlane on the mound in this game. Should have dug out the scorecards for the other one actually, but there we go. So we have a runner on first, and you all know the Scottish 2-step. Step 1, get on base. Step 2, steal second. Not this time though. It's a pick-off attempt, unsuccessful at first, but keeps Maxwell honest as McFarlane just pushes that over to Villaroel. Keep him close. Takes a chance to stretch legs away from the mound before stepping back in from the rear. Long lead being taken out at first. As we get a strike coming down there, so count goes 0-1 against Fields. Maxwell again. Taking the lead, decides to capitalise on it. The steal attempt is on. Throw comes back up. It's going to be on target, but it's not going to be in time. Horn getting a snap up quickly there to Makarowski, getting into position, but it's a successful steal. Maxwell into scoring position. And it's the first time that the Galaxy have had somebody in scoring position for 2 innings. 3 up, 3 down in the third. Farrell will be looking to do the same here. Pick off his attempt there, off up to second base. That one's not going to be in time. Danger, of course, there is the overthrow will mean third base is going to happen relatively quickly, but not the case this time around. So, Glasgow Galaxy 2, Edinburgh Knights 1 with the runner up at second. Fields on a 0-2 there. Swing there and strike 3. Yep, that was a 0-2. Third strikeout for McFarlane in the game. And it is one away. And in there now we welcome Andrew Knox-Watson, who was one of the runners to get over home and put the first run on the board. Also singled in the previous appearance as well. Steal attempt is in from second up to third. It's a long loop throw from Horn up to Vickerman. We'll just wait. That's not going to be in time on that one there. So Maxwell steals third. Coming off a ball as well. Anyway, Maxwell on a walk, a steal, and a steal so far. Pitch comes down, and that's your cricket wide very much there. Wind assisted potentially. Ball 2. Runner at third. Galaxy 2, Knights 1. Runner goes to the Caledonia Classic Single A Grand Final. Loser goes home. Let's pick off attempt unsuccessful at third, but keeping everybody honest. Maxwell waiting to see that ball definitely leave the glove of Vickerman before looking to step up. Andrew Knox-Watson said single previously. It was against McCaffrey. What has he got so far? Another 2-0. He doesn't need to do anything on that one. It goes 3-0. Just the one runner on at third base. First base and second base are open. One away as well, so there are a number of options here for Knox-Watson if he wants to capitalise on them. He's just going to lean back and take the walk. First base awarded there by Rebecca Robb, home plate umpire. So we get runners on the corners. Just the one away so far is Billy Henriquez, number 9 in the batting order. Steps in, reached on error at the bottom of the second. I say bottom because he's at the bottom of the lineup card. It was still the top of the second, but he was at the bottom. Runner goes from first up to second. Steal attempt is on. And Horn once more doing the fake throw up there to try and draw Maxwell down from third base. It's going to happen, but you would be less of a catcher if you didn't attempt to make that. Enriquez there. 1-0. That comes down. And takes a wicked bounce off the plate. It's into the backstop, and the run attempt is taken as you have Simon Maxwell scoring that one there. Wicked bounce in front of the place as it goes to the backstop and then goes out of play. So run is awarded. That's going to be 3 on the board. Maxwell puts third run over for the Glasgow Galaxy there. Pitch comes in bouncing off and then bouncing high. Enriquez there, picking up another ball, and Knox-Watson advancing from second over to third. So what? Just the one runner left now up at third base, and one away as well. Pitch comes down there, and that's going to ball once more to the outside. Time called. This is one of those breezes comes in. I think we just... I think it's a check in on the rules between our two umpires. Enriquez now with a 2-0. I think it's just checking on why that last run was credited, and it's a ball out of play given the 90 feet rather than any of the on-field action. And that one goes outside and escapes the glove of Horn once more, but the backstops here, which are temporary backstops and erected every weekend, relatively close, so you've got to be really sure if you're going to go for the steal attempt at home. So we're 3-0. As that one comes in, and that is high. It's going over the head of second base, and it's actually, nope, it's a jump up athletically, and that's caught. Thrown over by Markowski, just as third base as well, and Vickerman for the Knights had the foot on the bag, and Knox Walton wasn't close. So that's going to be a tag out at third, following the catch from Makarowski there. So it's going to be a 2-out play there, and that ends the inning. Enriquez is going to be a fly out to second base, Philip Marakowski, and following that, Andrew Knox Walton is going to be, looks to be a tag out on a 4-5 at second, and that's going to end the innings. One run going on the board for the Glasgow Galaxy. That itself is going to be coming. Oh, I've lost track of the hits now. That's not very good. No hits in that one. They're coming through walks, so no hits, and none left on base either, as that gets cleared after that tag out opportunity from the Edinburgh Knights defense. But the lead is extended, 3 to Galaxy. Just the 1 to the Knights. They'll have a chance to reply in a moment. In the meantime, today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. 1, 2, 3 coming up for the Edinburgh Knights. Sam Matthews, Reuben Hustler, ooh, who's that? And Hibernia Fraser. Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the fourth. Edinburgh Knights just the 1 run on the board, and their visitors to Glasgow Galaxy with 3. So it's the Knights looking to claw back that 2-run deficit, and they'll be looking to do that sharply because we've only got a regulation 5 here, and it's a single game series in the semi-final. This is officially the halfway point. So Sam Matthews, Reuben Hustler, Hibernia Fraser going to be your 1, 2, 3 for this inning. Sam Matthews, right fielder for the Knights, stepping in now. Kai Martin remains on the mound, opening pitcher going into the 4th inning for the Glasgow Galaxy. Matthews drawing a single out of Martin previously. Second at bat in the game. And coming in for the right-hand side, batting left-handed. So wind assist hook is potentially there, as that is a hit, but it is yep, that's going to do line drive over, picked up by third base, thrown over from McPherson to Shenzhou at first, and that throw is going to be in time. So there's a 1 away. Glasgow Galaxy, of course, preserving the 2-run lead, will be looking to hold the Knights back. The Knights can be very overwhelming if you give them a toe-hold end of the game. There's a lot of offence there, but they've got to get through. They've got to find those fastballs that Martin is throwing, and if they can get into those, they can get some action coming through. So now we've got Reuben Hustler coming in to the mound, right-hander there. Singled in the 2nd inning, and in that one there, that's going to be popped up high and foul. That's 1-1. sit there. Wind once more coming into play. Time called. And we'll play an umpire back her up. We're back underway. Pitch comes down, and that's going to be a lean back out the way, but Martin finds the target. Count goes 1 and 2. One and 2 comes down. It's hit. Hustle's got the ban underneath. It's popped up, and Martin's going to pick that one up. Not popped up very high, needing fast reactions, but nevertheless, there's the second away. 2 up, 2 down so far for Martin. Bernie Fraser coming in now. Knight still looking for a base runner in the bottom of the 4th. Fraser drew a walk previously against Martin in the 2nd inning. And count goes 1 and 0. Moment decided, and the moment's going to be another ball. 2 and 0 as that one goes high and inside. Fraser just stepping back out the way of that one. Let's hear the Edinburgh club's just lined up along the dugout, just passing advice over. As that one comes down, it's going to be another inside and step back again for ball 3. 3 and 0 count. A couple of options open to Fraser here. Plenty time to decide whether to swing or not. Coaches are doing all the work for me there. Yeah, ball 4. 2 plate appearances, 2 walks drawn so far for Fraser, and it's the first base runner in the 4th inning. It's 2 away though, so there's some work to do. Glasgow Galaxy on 3, the Knights chasing that, the 1 run so far. Rafael Villarreal though, singled with an RBI in the 1st as well. Hits that one high and hard. It's going down the 3rd base line. That's going to be picked up there in the outfield by Simon Waxwell down on the left. Solid single there. Villarreal just fine. I'll take the first one. Singles up to first base. Fraser takes a moment to take up to 2nd on the play. And now we go bottom of the order. Catcher James Horn for the Edinburgh Knights. As always with catcher's gear, sometimes it's going on, sometimes it's going off. Horn reached on a fielder's choice, but it was a fielder's choice at the end of the 2nd inning. And they're seeing a force out at 3rd. On a bases loaded situation, not quite there at the moment, but runners in 1st and 2nd as that's hit high. It's going out into centre left, and on the catch there running in is Andy Dempsey, centre fielder. Makes a catch in the outfield, catches that on the run, and with that side retired on what could have been a dangerous moment there with runners at 1st and 2nd, while outfield defence is kept that tight as James Horn flies out to centre for the 3rd out. No more runs on the board in that inning either. No hits and 2 more left on base. It's 7 left on base so far for the Edinburgh Knights. How many the Glasgow Galaxy doing on base? Just 3 left on base for the Galaxy there. Heading into the top of the 5th of 5. Glasgow Galaxy with 3 runs, Edinburgh Knights with 1, win or go home, so the pressure is on all around. Today's game is proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialist. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Your 1-2-3 for the Glasgow Galaxy, who'll be looking to extend that 2-run lead in the 5th, will be the top of the order. Andy Dempsey, Andrew Roswell, and Kieran Casey. And we're back here at the top of the 5th with a mountain of changes. Not least, I got to tell Reuben that somebody's hit the camera. Yay! Where are we? Well, first of all, we have a new pitcher coming in. Jack Vickerman replaces Ryan McFarlane there. You know, with all the changes, it's probably easier just to go over the new defensive alignment. Bernie Fraser, Gilberto Martinez, and Sam Matthews, your left, centre, right in the outfield. That hasn't changed. Ryan McFarlane goes into third base. McCaffrey stays at shortstop. Villarreal moves up from first to second. James Horn moves from catcher up to first. And then coming down from second base is Philip Makarowski into catch. And Jack Vickerman as your pitcher. And it's a 0-2 count already on Andy Dempsey, who's drawn 2 singles so far in the game. McFarlane's final line will come to you in a second as we get a swinging strike 3 there. So straight away, Vickerman putting his mark on the game there with a swinging strikeout. Final line for Ryan McFarlane: 2 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Andrew Roswell steps in now, a walk and a double. Was it a double? Oh, let me just go back and check the scorecard on that one. Yep. Walk and a double already. Both of those were against opening pitcher McCaffrey. First time facing Vickerman. And that comes in. And strike 1. Andrew Roswell facing the 0-1. And that comes in, and that's a hit comfortably over. Picked up second base. Villarreal throws that down to Horn. And that's a combination 4-3. So we're 2 up, 2 down. At top of the order, you had done a single and a walk, and then a single and a ground between the 2 of them. Well, that pairing's now become strikeout and ground out. 2 up, 2 down. Knights, of course, 2 runs down. Galaxy 3, Knights 1. So the job here is to get Galaxy out of this 5th inning of the regulation 5. And if they can keep that 2-run lead at 2, then they will give themselves the smallest target possible in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch there goes down there towards Kieran Casey. And that's inside the zone, so it's not. It's going to be a ball on that one, actually. Just sinks outside, and that's hit one there. Goes up the center, carries on rolling to the outfield, and that's got the distance, so it's going to be a base hit. Kieran Casey up to first. Well, first batter up, out. Second batter up, out. Third batter up. And on to first base. Galaxy will fancy their chances here of adding a few more runs. Runner goes from first to second. The steal is on from Casey. Throw comes up from Makarowski. And that's just a little bit off target and not going to be in time anyway. So it's a clean steal from Casey. Puts himself into scoring position. Would represent a run lead of 3. Michael Shinju at the plate just now represents the run lead of 4. 4 if they can get that one in. 3-1 game. Pitch comes down. Runner goes from second over to third. They steal it third and 2 outs, but it's going to be a strong hit there as it goes up from Eric out. One goes over the plate. Shinzu is going to attempt to go into second. And he's going to take that one there. So right fielder Sam Matthews there going for the ball and dropping it by the looks of it from here. So that is going to be... How are we going to score that one? Well, first of all, the important thing is Kieran Casey, the run goes over, so that takes the game to 4-1. And it's going to be given a reach on error. And an error up to second base as well as he goes. Shanzhou puts the steal down now from second to third, and that is successful there. So a crucial error there from the Knights, and everything happening around Michael Shanzhou hitting out into the right field, but an error from Sam Matthews allows Shanzhou both to get on first base and then to reach second on error as well. That fluffed catch means Kieran Casey was able to come home as well to score the 4th run for the Glasgow Galaxy. It's going to be an on error as well, but the Galaxy will just be quite happy because it's 3-run lead that they have coming through there. Roy McPherson in now. Strikeout looking, strikeout swinging so far. Teammate up at third base. Swings on that one. Fouls it off. 0-1. Glasgow Galaxy 4, Edinburgh Knights 1. Galaxy have 2 outs. And they do have a runner at third. That runner would give them the 4-run lead to prevent a grand slam from automatically winning the game. Pitch comes down and outside low for a ball. Count goes equal low, 1-1. And that's hit there. It goes back to the mound and it bobbles around the feet and past over the mound and out into the centre field. 1 run comes home. Michael Shinzu in the kerfuffle there. Moves that one down. Puts the 2nd run on the board. Roy McPherson comfortably up to second there as well. So a single through there. So wicked bounce around the feet and around the mound there. Vickerman struggling on the mound to keep that one through. McPherson gets the RBI. Runner goes from second up to third. Steal attempt is on. The long looping throw. It's attempted. It's not in time though. McPherson comfortable steal up to second in scoring position again. And an inning which opened up with a 2 up, 2 down. Well, there's another 2 in the story of this inning, but it's the 2 runs that the Glasgow Galaxy have brought in now, taking us to a 5-1 game at the top of the 5th of a regulation 5. Vickerman just steps back off the mound. 1 runner up in scoring position, Simon Maxwell. Strikeout and a walk so far on the card. Strikeout from McCaffrey, walk from McFarlane, now facing Vickerman. Seeing all 3 pitches from the Edinburgh Knights in this game. And that one goes wide for a ball again. It's a 5-1 game. And that's hit and lofted over third base. It's going to stay fair in the left outfield. Runner heads up to third. And it's going to be a double from Maxwell sliding into second. Gets the extra distance. Called safe. Edinburgh Knights had already started to head off the field before our outfield umper Jorge Crespo. Just taking a few beats. Calls Maxwell safe on that double. It's going to be an interesting one to look back on, but Galaxy very much now in control. 2 runs on the board from this inning, and they have a runner at third in Roy McPherson. They now have a runner at second, Simon Maxwell, following that double from a 2 up, 2 down in the final regulation inning. They've put their stamp on the game. Ashley Fields now, strikeout looking, strikeout swinging. Watch as that one goes past for a ball. Is it an out of play call? That's an out of play call. So that's going to give everybody 90 feet. Roy McPherson coming up and emphatically dipping his toe on at the home plate bag for run number 3 in the 5th inning. Simon Maxwell moves over to third. So just a 1 runner left on the bases there. Simon Maxwell diving in, just beating the ball in his second base there previously. He's now 90 feet away. So we get a hefty swing and a miss there from Ashley Fields. And that goes inside for another ball. 2 outs so far. Glasgow Galaxy putting up 3, taking them 6 in the game so far. Edinburgh Knights just the 1 run on the board. They're going to have a lot to make up in the bottom as that one is hit high. It's going to go over the ground. Is it going to head over to first base in time? Yeah, we're going to get a ground out there on Ashley Fields. There's a combination there of McCaffrey over at short, throws to Horn over at first. Combination that opened up actually with pitcher catcher, now finishes out as a shortstop. Shortstop and first. So there we go. That's the regulation 5 for the Galaxy. Top of the 5th is Oper. 3 runs going on the board out of all of that. And that is coming off 3 hits as well. Just the 1 left on base. That's a quick mental count. Yep, just the 1 left on base there. So Glasgow Galaxy, 6 on the board. Edinburgh Knights, 1 so far, needing 5 to tie. 6 to go ahead and win, and anything other than that, and it will be the end of the season. The Glasgow Galaxy will head to the final next week. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Your 1, 2, 3 for the Edinburgh Knights, who have got a lot of runs to make up here. They have the advantage that they go back to the top of the order, though. Philip Makarowski, Gilberto Martinez, and Caitlin McCaffrey are going to be the ones to see out the game, to draw the game, or to push us to extra innings. I'm Ewan Spence, back with you in a moment. It is the bottom of the 5th here, and the pressure is on our home team, the Edinburgh Knights. 1 run scored in the second, but no more since then. They face the Glasgow Galaxy. Have got 6 on the board. We're in the bottom of the 5th of 5. So it's a really simple equation. 5 to tie, 6 to go ahead. Anything less than that 5, and it's going to be the Glasgow Galaxy winning the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final. It's back to the top of the order. Philip Makarowski, who's struck out twice so far and is open out. Going behind in the count with 0-1 here. Kai Martin, opening pitcher for the Galaxy, remains on the mound. Throws down 1 more, and it's a hefty swing. And he missed there for strike 2 from Makarowski. Makarowski, 3rd time opening up an inning, still to reach base. Any rally is going to need one happening here as that one bounces in the dirt around the catcher, and he's just lost, Kieran Casey's lost sight of the ball in all of that. No runners though to take advantage of that as Makarowski opens up there. Count goes 1 and 2. Karowski there, taking a chop swing at that one, making contact and sending it foul. Just taking another few moments to get the breath in here. Karowski's already shown the speed that he can display if he gets on base. 10 stolen bases against the Galaxy during the regular season, but he has to get on base first. And that one's going to come down there as another ball. Count goes equal high, 2-2. It's taken, pressure comes on, here it comes down, it's going to go round the back. So it's a 3-2. Knock on the door. Something's going to happen here. Martin would be looking for the out here if at all possible in the strikeout. Karowski needing to get on base to keep the Knights' chance alive. Hits that one, singles, and is slow over to third base. But Martin decides to come down, take that, snaps a throw over to first. It's not in time, and it's an overthrow out of play as well. Karowski not only getting up there on first, and I think that's going to be called a fair single, but on the out of play will take himself up to second as well. And like that, you have runner into scoring position. Edinburgh Knights haven't seen a runner on third base since near the top of the third inning. Karowski just 90 feet away from that one there, and he'll be aware steal opportunity will be on, but also there's just 3 outs left to play as Gilberto Martinez looks at that first pitch from Kai Martin coming in as a ball. Carnazzi a strikeout looking in the first inning and a single in the third so far. He'll be looking to maintain that with a single if possible. The main thing will be though just to stay alive and get on base as another ball comes down there, going 2-0 on the count from Kai Martin. Karowski is bouncing around 6 to 10 feet, not a huge lead, not even 10 feet, just a gentle little bit of a lead, waiting to see Martin. Just comes set, inches a little bit over, pitch comes down, and that's wide outside again, ball 3. Not sure who the Galaxy would put up in the bullpen out of that much. They're going to have to watch that Martin just doesn't just drop away here in the 5th. It's that one in there, and it does find the strikes on that time to go 3-1. Wind, of course, also playing a part. It's notable that most of these balls are almost wind assisted and going down the right hand side of the diamond. Runner goes from second to third. Karowski goes for the steal on third. He slides in, overslide, and scrambles back to the bag in time. It's going to be called safe there. The pitch itself was a walk as well, so we do get runners on the corners after that. Karowski takes a steal down to third. Martinez walked up to first. No outs as yet for the Edinburgh Knights with 5 runs to find to tie. Caitlin McCaffrey mistaking a baseball cap for a baseball helmet. Now doing a little bit of inception there with the cap staying on and the hat going on top of that. 2 strikeout looking so far on the card in the first and the third inning. Facing Martin for the 3rd time though. Also with a runner on third, the steal from first. There it goes. Runner goes steal up from first to second as that ball goes in at the backstop. But again, close backstop. You're not going to attempt the steal from third down to fourth unless you've got a ridiculous amount of speed and confidence, and when you're down by 5 in the bottom of the 5th, I don't know how much confidence you would need to make that decision. Anyway, runners at second and third, no outs. First base is open. It is a 1-0 count. Behavior of McCaffrey as she faces the Galaxy's Kai Martin. On there, it's going to be a looking strike, so count goes equal low, 1-1. Focus comes round, pitch comes down. Just a slight twitch of the shoulders, and McCaffrey lets that go for the ball. 2-1. Glasgow Galaxy 6, Edinburgh Knights 1. Two runners on it, second and third in scoring position. 2-1 pitch comes down, that's hit, it's lofted high, it's going centre left field, it's going to bounce in front, runners are heading down the base, there's one over, Makarowski gets the first run, McCaffrey gets runners in the corners and then goes for the extra on the play, so it's going to be a double for McCaffrey, and it's going to be an RBI double at that, is Makarowski is the second run over in the game for the Edinburgh Knights. Martinez over in the third, 90 feet away from home. McCaffrey into scoring position as well, up in second. So it's a 6-2 game. Tying run is now on deck. That would be Jack Vickerman. Ryan McFarlane steps in now. No outs as yet, so there's a little bit of a play, but not much in a 6-2 game. Bottom of the fifth here. Winner is going to go forward and play the winner of the Edinburgh Angels, who are currently over in Glasgow playing the Glasgow Comets, fourth seed taking on first seed. Here it's the Glasgow Galaxy, third seed Edinburgh Knights, second seed, highest seed in all our postseason games, will host all the games. So Knights win here would mean that they still wouldn't know whether they're hosting or travelling next week. Remains to be seen. Anyway, 4 runs down, 2 runners in scoring position. First base is open, no outsides yet. McFarlane faces pitching from Kai Martin. First one comes down, and he's going to swing, and he's going to hit that into shallow left, but it's got high, it's going down the third base line, it's bounced fair, so there's going to be a single and one more run coming over the board. Martinez makes it home for run number 2 in this inning, run number 3 in total, 6-3 game. McCaffrey, though, holds up at second. McFarlane with an RBI single there will take himself up into first. Actually, I'll correct that. I actually think that McFarlane's been caught out there. Simon Maxwell getting that ball just as it comes off the ground, so it's going to be the sac fly. And one away. But it puts the third run over the board, so it's a 6-3 game, and there's a swing as a ground chop there comes over from Jack Vickerman. He's going to have a throw over, and the attempt for the ground out is successful there. That's a 6-3 shortstop Andrew Roswell over to Michael Shen-Yu, and that's the second of the outs. So we went from promising situation there for the Edinburgh Knights, and now just 1 out left in hand. 3 runs down. They do have McCaffrey at third base. Those advanced on the play in that one, 90 feet away from home. That would be run number 4, cut the deficit to 2. Sam Matthews here would be run number 5 if they made it over, so it's a tying deck. Reuben Hustler is on deck at the moment. Sam Matthews singled and ground out previously, and watches that go past for the ball, so he's ahead in the count, 1-0. Has to preserve the two out, so has to preserve the situation if at all possible. McCaffrey 90 feet away from home. Knights still have to work a little bit further through there. Glasgow Galaxy know that the game is theirs if they can get Maxwell. It hits that one, it goes high, and that's comfortably caught for Michael Shen-Yu, and it goes into the glove there. That's the third out, and that is the game. Glasgow Galaxy have won the Caledonia Classic Single A Semi Final there. A pop from Sam Matthews there, heads out to first base. Michael Shen-Yu underneath that there as well, taking it out of the air. Glasgow successfully defending that 5-run lead. It was chopped down with runs from Philip Makarowski and Gilberto Martinez. We're going to end up there as a 6-3 game. Let's just check the numbers on that one for those of you who are keeping the cards at home. 2 runs on the board for the Edinburgh Knights. They're coming off 2 hits. Just the 1 runner left on base. And that solid inning in the 5th, but not enough. The lead had been taken out. 2 runs in the 2nd, another in the 4th, and then 3 runs in the 5th for the Glasgow Galaxy. And that is a complete game for their pitcher, Kai Martin. Final numbers on the board there for Kai, as he said, their full game. So 5 innings pitched, 8 hits coming off that, 3 runs. All 3 of those are going to go down as earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts in the final total. Let's just put Vickerman's final numbers in there as well. 3rd of the pitches for the Edinburgh Knights, 1 inning pitched on that one, 3 hits and 3 runs for Vickerman on that one, as his celebrations continue on the Glasgow Galaxy bench. No walks and just a 1 strikeout for Vickerman there. So that is the game, and we have the Glasgow Galaxy, who are number 3 seeds, will be going through to face either the Edinburgh Angels or the Glasgow Comets. And well, interesting thing here is no matter what happens, we're going to be playing in Glasgow. If the Glasgow Comets win as 1st seed, they get it. The Edinburgh Angels, they're 4th seed against Glasgow Galaxy, 3rd seed. So, well, no matter what happens, your Caledonia Classic Single A Grand Final, it's a 3-game series. It'll all be taking place in Glasgow. As for the Triple A's, well, they're going to be playing shortly, so you can keep up to date with all of those results back at baseballscotland.co.uk, and I will be doing our best to bring you the action from the Glasgow Comets Edinburgh Cannons game, which is taking place here at the Bobby Thomason Memorial Field in just over an hour. I'm Ewan Spence. Reuben Hustler's been doing the producing and a bit of DH in at the bargain as well, for those of you who just want to keep in track. 1 single, 1 pop out, so it's a 1-for-2 game from Reuben. I wonder if you'll leave that in the edit. There we are. Look, great game. It is semi-final. It's sudden death. It's a wild card. It's a single game. Anything can happen. And what's happened there? Glasgow Galaxy, 6 runs coming off 7 hits, 1 error, 5 left on base against the Edinburgh Knights. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left on base. I'm Ewan Spence. Your company's been very much appreciated. Haste you back.